Want to make your child $1 million baby, or you hear about trust funds, then do this. And it really goes back to the same hypotheticals versus what actually is tried and true. And I think that's the one thing that Gerber has is buying insurance policies for the children at birth. And if you structure it properly, just like we talked about the mutually owned non-direct recognition whole life policy with really any carrier, because with the child, you can't really go wrong. I still prefer to use the carrier that they're not the carrier that we lean on the most just because of the flexibility it provides. And you can roll it over into another policy later, but or continue to maintain it and just feed it. But that's really the consistency and funding really their life, because we just came back from nationals and I borrowed from Hudson's policy to offset some of the costs of nationals because it was expense and I paid for it to begin with. So I'll put it back, but it's just another way to store funds to protect yourself. God forbid something happened to them. It also has living benefits on it for them as well, so that you don't bleed yourself dry trying to take care of their medical expenses. And then you have the consistent growth for the rest of their life, the consistent compounding in dividends, not interest, the compound dividends that it pays that will truly get you to that $1 million baby conversation.
I'll tell you, in my personal opinion, if it was mandatory that every baby that's born has to have one of these specially designed and engineered whole life policies, even if it's for a minimum of $100 a month. And that's very simple to maintain and easy when we're spending money on Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks $10 lattes and energy drinks, and lunches are like freaking 15, $20 for a small lunch sandwich and chips these days. You have $100 a month. It should be mandatory that your child has some protection, and their life is going to be a little different than what your life is. And I think that's where we should be going if we can just educate people and understand that's all it takes to start. It's not going to pay for college. You can't do that. It's not a lot for college. But even if you're struggling for yourself, that's easy to maintain. Because if a child's born and you're putting $100 a month in 18 years, you might have $20,000. It might be the first, the last, and maybe a security down deposit on rental for rent. It could be a meal plan for them. And I have some other clients that have a good net worth and they put 5 to 10,000 into their 529 college plan. And because that's what they were told. Their kid, they're going to college. And I'm not against it wholeheartedly because it's still a good plan, but I would rather opt out of that and do what I do for my child, which is the 529 alternative, which I have my website, 529alternative.com. If you guys want to check it out.